Now, Stormwatch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Cooler temperatures throughout our entire region, but some areas actually did warm up today. And in fact, it was a three-way tie for the warmest temperature in our region. Montague, Mount Shasta City, and Brookings all made 68. That was warmer than Medford by 1 whole degree at 67 degrees. So it was, again, not too bad over in terms of temperatures. Now, in terms of the wind, it is a bit on the breezy side along the Oregon coast. Sustained winds right now about 15 to 25 miles an hour, fairly light for most of the rest of the region. But the wind has peaked about 40 miles an hour earlier today over in Gold Beach. Now the air is actually pretty dry over towards Brookings. You can see the humidity is less than 50%. So along the coast, that's very low. Even for the rest of the region, if some of the lower readings is 18%, that's very, very dry air all throughout our region. So this is going to be a problem later on because, well, we're going to have some difficulty with some of the wind as well. Now we have high clouds moving into the region. You can see there's a lot of clouds offshore, but they're just moving in. They're just blocking out the sun maybe for a couple minutes, but we're still looking fairly nice overall. Now tonight's forecast, we're looking at temperatures chilly east the Cascades into the low 30s. We'll be looking at 30s and 40s along Interstate 5 and along the Oregon coast. 48's forecast low for Brookings, but more cloud cover. Medford and Grants Pass will do the same kind of thing that we were looking at last night. Medford will be a bit warmer with more cloud cover than Grants Pass, and that was exactly the case earlier today. Planning your day today for tomorrow, actually temperatures should make it up to about 80 degrees. And if we don't get there, we'll be very, very close to it. But we'll have a lot of high clouds all throughout the day. Now for tomorrow, we'll be looking at highs upper 70s for the Shasta Valley. Mount Shasta City looking at 77 for tomorrow. Right around room temperature east the Cascades and still 78 for Brookings. So very close temperatures in terms of Brookings, but obviously you head further off to the north, temperatures will drop about 10 degrees. So our stormcast showing plenty of high clouds all throughout our region. We're going to have that strong north to northeasterly flow along the Oregon coast, which is why Brookings will be warmer for tomorrow. Once we go through the day on Monday, though, that'll start to shift over to the northwest, and so temperatures will start to drop once we get to Tuesday, especially along the Oregon coast. But we do have a weak system down to our south that'll actually trigger some thunderstorms once we get into the afternoon on Tuesday. Now, most of the activity will stay into Siskiyou County, Cascades, and east the Cascades once we go through the afternoon. Now, there's a slight chance we could see a stray thunderstorm here in Medford, but there would actually be a little bit better chance over towards Ashland as you're getting closer and closer towards the Cascades and a little bit higher in terms of elevation. That'll last through the early evening hours and then things quiet down Tuesday night. Wednesday we'll have the same kind of scenario, except that'll shift farther east. Lakeview would have the better chance of seeing any activity in that sense. Now, in terms of the wind, we're not going to see a whole lot in terms of the wind here in the Rogue Valley, but it'll stay pretty windy along the Oregon coast for Monday. And then Tuesday, some of that wind will finally start to push towards the rest of the region. We're going to be looking at pretty blustery conditions Tuesday, Wednesday, and even into Thursday for most of the region. You can see here, it's going to stay that way. The wind will be shifting directions as well. Warmer temperatures throughout our region starts to build in for tomorrow. Here's that weak disturbance giving the chance of thunderstorms from south towards the north for Tuesday and into Wednesday. That all shifts off towards the east. We get a really strong northwesterly flow, and we're going to be looking at a pretty cool and wet period once we go through next weekend. So here's your forecast for the Oregon coast, peaking tomorrow in terms of temperatures, cooling off significantly with rain for Thursday and Friday. Northern California, it'll be pretty nice for tomorrow. Could see some thunderstorms for Tuesday, and then it dries out on Wednesday before more rain and wind on Thursday and Friday. Klamath Basin, low 70s for the next couple of days. Again, you could see a thunderstorm on Tuesday, but a lot more rain once we get towards the end of the week. This will all be beneficial rain all throughout the region. Could see a little bit of snow into the Cascades by the time we get towards next weekend, but right now it doesn't look to amount to much. Here in the Rogue Valley, right around 80 degrees for the next couple of days, but we're going to get a good soaking rain by Thursday and Friday. So that's definitely good news for, well, people who have gardens, watering the lawn.
Right, and that's fresh rain smell. That's always what I look forward to after a nice shower.
Yeah, and after that nice dry period and everything like that. Yeah, initially once it starts, it'll smell good.
Will be much needed. Well, thanks, Oliver.
Yeah, you bet.